wide receiver room in the draft is paid. So is there a winner? Is it determined yet?
No. Actually, it's a top ball game. 10-10. And I think today we just tied it up. So it's going to all come down to this preseason game. So, yeah, it's going to be we got a lot riding on this game, me and Reek. We coaching our players up, and I'm confident that we're going to come out victorious, man.
Can you take us through what you've been going through the past couple of weeks and now the process of working your way back?
Oh yeah, just getting back right, just listening to Kyle and the guys, just listening to my body. Something minor, but something that we had to respect, and I'm just happy to be back out here and working with the guys.
Something that normally you would be able to work through if it was like a regular season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm always, ready to go. Sometimes they just gotta pull me back and keep me for myself, and ultimately having me out there for regular season.
So the assumption is you won't play on Friday.
Huh?
The assumption is you won't play on
I don't know. If they want me to go out there, I'm always down to get out there and play. So whatever they want me to do, guess I gotta ask Mike.
last year. I don't think you played in the preseason. Whatever. Did it feel any different going into week one, not having an upset?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is because that's the first time being tackled in 6-7 months. So it is a little different, but ultimately it's about health and the best thing for the team and for myself.
Pretty sneaky last year, right? I mean, it seemed like every week, even if you did it this time, you got knocked out of the game for a series or two and checked out. What was that like going through all those?
It's definitely difficult just getting these like minor little nagging injuries. So it's just part of the game. Obviously something that you don't want, but you gotta respect sometimes. But yeah, man, it's football.
Well, Jaylen, going off of that, over your past 3 years, what has being sidelined briefly or what has being sidelined taught you about how to pay attention to the game, what to watch for when you're not actually able to be on the field?
Man, you see a lot more, especially when you're not playing. You get to watch the offense, work, especially from the sideline view. And when you get back in the game, you kind of can take some of the stuff you learned from sideline because it's like a different point of view, knowing that you don't have to focus on listening to all these special teams and having players around. You really get the feedback of receivers with what they saying and going to the quarterback and telling them. So kind of get a different view, and it definitely helps you when you get back out there.
Where would you assess where Tua's getting at right now?
Man, y'all see it, man, day in and day out. He's just making tremendous plays, playing with a lot of confidence, leading our guys. And, man, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the year, excited for the team and what he's going to contribute to the team.
Combo practices, when you have two different NFL franchises practicing together and against each other, drills, take us into what that is and what that's like, Dolphins, Bucks.
Man, it get real competitive out here playing against someone. We love it. I know receivers love it because you get to go against different DBs. You get to see not go against the same DBs every day that kind of know kind of how you play, what you're gonna do. So you get to try different moves and see how it work, and you get to really try out all the stuff you've been working on throughout the year. So it's great. I know it's great work for the DBs and everybody here, but we love it.
What do you think the biggest growth will be in year 3 of this offense?
I think the understanding. I think everybody understand where to be, the scheme, kind of understand where Mike's going to call. We got a lot of chemistry and bank reps with Mike. So it's just having that chemistry and knowing the offense, play in and play out, what we going to see.
What is the biggest,
Last question.
What is the biggest thing you've seen from an improvement standpoint with Tua? Because you've been with him since freshman year.
The biggest improvement, I say his communication, really leading us out there and in the huddle. He's kind of not as talkative when we first came in, just due to culture. And I know just being at Bama with him, he really the standard was already set. So I feel like it's something that he learned. But he's much more talkative, really do a good job of telling us what we want, what he wants, and just leading the guys.
I have to be honest, I watched the offense, not the defense, but someone ran over and told me that you had a cool rep against Tristan Wirfs where you were able to actually lift him. Can you just kind of fill me in on what I might have missed on that good rep?
I mean, for me, coming into this practice, really just camp for real. After working my fastball, my swipe, and everything like that, I really just wanted to peek into other things like using power, stuff like that, to set up my fastball whenever. So I would just sitting down with Coach Crow, talking about that before we came out here, just started working different things. Then I was able to get underneath his pads. But he's a hell of a player. He was talking to me after, saying some things I did good, some things on how I hit him. So it was just a back and forth competition. So I'm just getting better, and I'm blessed to be able to learn from him.
What makes him good?
I mean, he's so quick off the ball. I was reading him, and I have a good get off, but as soon as I was getting off the ball, he was meeting me at the spot, so I had to, use different things such as freezes and different ways to use my hands. So he's a quick player, strong player. When he gets his hands on you, it's hard to get him off, so he's a hell of a player.
Chop, what are you learning about the challenges of trying to get off the ball as quickly as you can to not overrunning plays at the NFL level as opposed to at Penn State?
I mean, I feel like in the NFL, some running backs are very patient and they're able to hit the hole very quick. And in college, it's like running backs get the ball, they just want to go. So that's the biggest difference between here and college. So I'm just learning from that play by play, especially with our offense and we got the great back. So I'm just learning every single day.
Is that the biggest challenge for you in the transition from college to the NFL?
The biggest challenge for me was, I would say, just the speed and just learning the game. That's it. Just in college, you're just as fast as everybody, and here it's like some of the offensive linemen are faster than you, so it's just different. But I'm learning day by day from the first day of camp till now. I feel like I got way better with that.
One of the coaches was saying that you and Mo have a really healthy competition. Can you fill us in on how that works?
I mean, me and Mo have been training together since January for the Combine. So we was together. Somehow we got real close doing the Combine and Combine training. We was bumping heads, just having fun, making jokes, and just competing in everything we did in the Combine training. And somehow we ended up on the same team. So it was basically just the same thing, from doing the 40, trying to compete with that, to competing out here. But we just make each other better.
I thought Mo had a sack in the last preseason game, but the official scoring was a tackle for loss. Was there a protest? What did you hear on that?
No, I just heard the same thing, that they took it away from him. He was like, that's cool, he's going to get one next game, try to make it two. So he's just going to learn from that and just get two Saturday or Friday.
So I think you each had one tackle for loss in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Is that something you guys are monitoring? What's the competition? Is it tackle for loss or sack?
I mean, it's everything we do. We just go out there, compete together, and just play together, try to make each other better at the end of the day, because when we step on the field, all we got is each other and the whole defense. So that's our main
You think
thing.
you'll both get some reps in the next game?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you feel you progress playing the run, and what do you got to work on?
Well, I feel like I progressed a lot, especially from coming from college to here, and then from first day of camp to here. Just really with my hands, keeping my hands inside the offensive lineman or the tight end. I've been able to work on that every single day, and it just become second nature. So now I've been able to get under the tight end or the lineman pads, and I've been able to create knockback.
So you two play in the same position, same draft class, but the personalities, you're kind of mellow, low-key, most kind of way more outgoing. Do you see like a little bit of your personality rubbing off on him and vice versa?
I mean, just being around Mo every single day, he comes out here, he has the energy. I'm more of a guy to keep the energy inside. I just go out there and play. But he's talking, he's moving, he's doing everything. So I just learn from that, go out there, have fun with him.
Chop, this is your third joint practice. What have you noticed the difference in between going from starters to reserves when you're going up against them?
I mean, I'll say the biggest thing is just going against guys that you've been watching since you was a kid. Like, just being on the field with them is just a blessing, and also get to go against them to learn from them, see how they set, how they punch and stuff like that. So I'm just blessed on both ends.
Do you still kind of pinch yourself a little bit, or are you over that I'm in the NFL and that's Tristan Wirfs and blah blah blah, or are you done with that already?
I mean, when I line up against him, I was just like, it's crazy that I get to go against him, but it still haven't hit me yet, because I'm still competing and I'm grinding every single day. I feel like maybe once I get a little break or something, it'll probably hit me, but right now I'm just working.
Maybe if you face him in the game, you could use one of the tips that he gave you after practice. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he sees something great in me. That's what he said, and I of course he's great. He just got paid a lot, so I'm just excited to learn.
Ezukama might have gotten banged up there a little bit at the end, but sorry. But what have you seen from him in the last 7-10 days?
Yeah, no, he's been awesome. He came back and he's been firing. Obviously knows the playbook really well, and when his number's getting called on, he's making plays. So all in blocking as well. Really all you can ask.
It's been 2 preseason games. Have you been able to learn anything at all about the new kickoff rule, or is it because coaches aren't going to reveal anything that it's like really nothing?
That's the thing. I got 2 reps at it. to last week. So, doing it for the first time live in game, you kind of see things, but I think everybody's, going to try to hold the ace up their sleeve. Just like really anything in preseason, they're not going to show everything. And then, I think week one, you'll see everybody's ideas and plans and build from there. But yeah, I think there's definitely more to be seen.
Quick follow-up, if I may. Was it weird the first time you went back there and you see everybody, the opposing teams at the 40?
Yeah, it was a little different. You jog back and then, you're used to them being way back there and you turn around and you realize how close they actually are. But, you realize it's still a return. Things might hit a little different. Timing might be a little different and you just got to play with those things. And then obviously, after week one, start to game plan and see what everybody has.
It looked like Jake Bailey had a perfect one. It's like a line drive that splits the two dudes, goes into the end zone, and goes out to the 20. Do you got, obviously, you have to anticipate this. Is it kind of like baseball where one guy has to call it while it's in the air, or is there
there's obviously communication, and it depends. Again, it depends on what the return team wants to do, what we want to do, where we're aligned, where our splits are. But absolutely, there's a lot of communication in there, and again, I think that goes a long way. Just having two guys back there who do well together. Obviously, one has to be the leader and call it, the other has to listen, and they just gotta be very sure of what they're doing.
Braxton, we just heard from Jaylen say, one of the biggest improvements for Tua this offseason is his communication. That's not something that he's not been very vocal for his entire career. Is that something that you've noticed as well, or from your perspective, where has Tua grown over the past several months?
No, I'll absolutely double down on that. Even today, there was something, I came back from a route and immediately we were talking. And I'm not saying that's foreign or that's rare, but, when it's in practice, a lot of times that doesn't happen because, you move on to the next play, but, it comes up and we have that communication right there on the sideline and the next time we get it. So I think the communication and the vocalness of him has been a huge step.
You've got another young guy out here, Malik, that has a history with being in the slot, and you guys both have a history of that. How much emphasis are you guys seeing this year on every position, on being able to play all the positions?
A ton.
Yeah,
a ton. I think, in this offense, the more you can do, it's not the easiest all around, but, once you get one, you get two, you get three, things happen in games, and, the fact that you can play X, F, and Z across the board at any point in time is extremely valuable.
Are you a fan of the new kickoff?
I am. I think, opportunities alone, right? I think, I don't know those stats, but I think it was around 25% or something, yeah. And, I think personally myself in the, 17, 18 games, I think I had 20 or 21 returns for the season. And again, especially down in Miami where it's pretty warm and the ball flies. So, opportunities alone, I think it's a great thing for us and it's a great thing for the game.
I've learned a lot about myself, it's been probably one of my favorite camps because you truly have to just take it every day as its own, and not look ahead, not get ahead of myself, but just attack the day in front of me and making the most out of the opportunities that I get, whatever group that's with, the twos, threes, whatever the case may be, just taking advantage of opportunities and getting better, and I think, we strive for perfection at this position, and everybody wants to be perfect. But I think that, what I've really have enjoyed this camp is, honestly making mistakes and then correcting them, whether if it's in a live rep, later on, a couple practices later, or whatever the case may be, just, seeing the learning, really apply to the actual, practice or a game, whatever the case may be, but seeing the time put into a mistake, and being able to learn from it and apply it and not make that same mistake again has been huge for me. And, just showing my leadership, I think that's the thing that I really take pride in and hone in on my role is just being a great leader and being a great teammate. Every time I step in the huddle, the guys believe in me and feel the confidence, in the way that I speak, the way that I talk, the way that I call the play, all those things, they make a dramatic, difference in the huddle. So just being myself and having fun playing this game, it's a great game. It's a kid's game, and just reminding myself to have fun each day I'm out there.
How much different is this than during the season running the scout team, preparing the defense for not your offense?
Yeah, I mean it's tremendously different because when you're running the scout team, we're running the schemes of the teams that we're playing, and there's sometimes where there is some carryover as far as we try to put it in our words, our terms, so we can get reps, even though it's not technically our offense, but there are some times where it's kind of hard to do that, and you're running some concepts that you haven't really experienced, or I haven't experienced running before, and you're reading them out. But just trying to make the most out of it in those situations on the scout team and help the defense be prepared. Whereas this, we're in our offense every single day, and we're learning new stuff and taking it from the classroom and applying it to the field, so it's all the stuff that we run each and every day, and I've been doing for 3 years, so it's a little different in that way. I would just say you hear his voice more, and I'm not saying that in a way of like you didn't hear it in the past. He's very he's done a great job of communicating with everybody and just telling receivers what he wants, and how whether if it's coming out of a route a certain way or running it a certain way or whatever, he makes it known how he wants it to be done, and guys respond well to that, and I think that's been really cool to see from my perspective. But Tua's Tua, that guy's, from the day that I've came in here and met him, he's the same person, and I think it speaks volume of who he is and his character and the values that he has, and it's been super cool to be a part of the room with him and Mike, and being able to be so close with those guys and grow with them through the journey. So it's been really cool.
Can you express how big Friday is for a guy like you, and just how you approach
Yeah, I'm approaching just like I have the last two games. It's no different. It's just it's what's next. And that's, like I said earlier, kind of the approach that I've been taking is just one day at a time, and whatever's at stake for the day, I'm going to attack the day and win the day, whatever that may consist of. So I know it's a great opportunity for me and a lot of guys, and I think that's what's really cool about this time of year is you got guys that are fighting for spots and fighting for roster spots and their position groups and all that type of stuff, but it's just making the most of your opportunities and being a great teammate on top of all that. I think that's what's been really special about this group of what we have this year and what the culture that we built here. It's special, and there's a lot of guys that are rooting for each other, pulling for each other, wanting their teammates, to have success and see success. So I think that's been super cool to be a part of. It's very special what we got going on here, and I'm thankful to be a part of it for sure.